If you pick up a lot of probiotics on the market, like it might say Lactobacillus acidophilus, Bifidobacterium brevis. It'll have the genus and the species name, nothing else. What that tells you is they're using a generic line of bacteria that has never been tested, has never been studied. We don't know if there's any clinical effect from these. We just know based on extrapolation, but we don't know for sure. When you're looking at a probiotic and it's got the first name, last name, so genus, species, and then it's got a code after that name, that's the substrain. Anything with a code, the only way it can have that code is because it's a strain that has been clinically studied in a research study, and it's been shown to have some sort of effect. Maybe it's immunomodulates, maybe it stimulates peristalsis, maybe it helps with constipation, maybe it helps lower inflammatory markers. So I think personally, I think it's very important to look at that because, and especially, I think this is one of the biggest areas where consumers are completely misinformed because you don't know if you're picking up a probiotic by any. I was just showing a patient that who was taking a probiotic, and I had her, let's look at the label. Let's look at it together. Let's see what's on this label. It just had generic strains. Like, I don't know if any of these strains have been proven to do anything. And I think it's really important if you care about what you're putting into your body, and especially when it comes to probiotic strains. And I think eventually probiotics are going to be very specific. I mean, we have companies that are studying probiotics that can help with anxiety, that can reverse eczema, that can help with depression. And that you can't say that every Lactobacillus acidophilus is going to do that when it wasn't that strain that wasn't studied. So I think that's really important. I think the other piece of confusion on probiotics is what the expiration date on the bottle means. And it can mean different things depending on different companies. I think people don't understand this. Like, if you're picking up a bottle of a probiotic and it says 100 billion on it, or 30 billion, whatever it is, there's something called, if the company really values what it's doing, there's something called overage. What that means is that when that probiotic is manufactured, and usually at the point of manufacturing, it has 2 years to expiration, 18 months to 24 months. In order to get to that, they have to put overage in the capsule. So if it's 100 billion, they might put 130, 150 billion, because it's going to slowly degrade over time. And that expiration date doesn't mean the probiotic has expired. It just means that on the date of that expiration, we can still guarantee that there are 100 billion CFUs in one capsule. That's what it means. And I think a lot of people get confused about this because they think that expiration dates are the same. They're not the same for everything. And when probiotics, it's really more like guaranteed till date. And depending on the manufacturer, they're really, they're doing third-party testing to see if they're still viable probiotics, because there should still be 100 billion or 30 billion, whatever the bottle is saying, there should be that much or more on the expiration date.